Now, back to Race Day Live.
Good evening and welcome back to Race Day Live. Kurt Hughes here at the HPI broadcast desk. We have an 11-dash card for you this evening. The feature comes up in race 10 tonight. It's a field of 6 filly mares preferred 2, and my top choice is the 6th entry, Dream Fair Zenfire. Mark Campbell going to do the driving. He's also the trainer of this mare. She was a good second last week in her debut, so I'm looking for her to do one better this week. She was dead game coming first up, fresh off the bench, and so she looked really good. Ladylike was also dead game in that race. She is post 5 tonight for David Dowling. Rounding out the field of 6 is I'll Tell Mima on the rail, Ms. Moist from post 2, Atlantic Star from post 3, and Plain Jane, who was a real bang-up second in Summerside last weekend against the boys. She raced good. Corey McPherson gets the call on her tonight. She's going to be tough as well. It's not a slam dunk for these outside 2. That's for sure. It's not a 2-horse race. Any one of these 6 could get it done. But let's take a look at last week's replay where Ladylike dug in late to get it done.
Roll Lily in mid-pack third. That is Philly 47. Dream Fair Zenfire biding her time fourth. Trailing the field, that's I'll Tell Me Ma. 57 and 4 was the half mile. Arriving at 5-8. Ladylike getting him there. Woodmere Roll Lily second. Here comes Dream Fair Zenfire moving up third. Following her in the outside fourth, I'll Tell Me Ma. Now the trailer. That is Philly 47, but she's not out of it. Down to a quarter of a mile to go. Ladylike at the rail. To her outside, Dream Fair Zenfire, the challenger. 3/4 and 1, 27 and 1, 1/8 of a mile out. Dream Fair Zenfire on the outside. Ladylike at the rail. Woodmere Roll Lily up the inside. Philly 47, deep stretch now. Ladylike battles back to win for David Dowling. Second, that is Dream Fair Zenfire. Woodmere Roll Lily third. Time for the mile in 1:56. Flat.
It was a big trip from Ladylike. She was dead game as well as Dream Fair Zenfire. They battled that last quarter. Dream Fair Zenfire poked her head in front at the top of the stretch, but Ladylike dug back in and got the job done for Dowling. But I think Dream Fair Zenfire might have been just a touch short last week, and that's why she kind of gave it up late in the mile. She's no stranger to the winner's circle. 49 lifetime wins, looking for win number 15. She could get it done tonight. As I say, I think Campbell will be a little more aggressive with her here tonight. She does have post 6, but I could see him heading right to the front. Plain Jane out of his own stable is also in this race. She has a lot of gate speed, and so I'm looking for maybe Corey McPherson to bust off the wings with Plain Jane, and then Mark just keep on coming with Dream Fair Zenfire, maybe sit 1-2. That's the way I see it setting up. But regardless, it should be an excellent race, a lot of talent in that 10th race. We also have the open trot coming up in race 9, so it's a real jam-packed field in that 9th race as well with the open trotters. It's a field of 6, and it's going to be a great card. If you're just joining us, it's about 7 degrees, feels like 3. We had a little bit of rain this afternoon, so the track is off a little bit. They are giving it a 2-second variant, so keep that in mind when you're placing your wagers this evening. We're about 10 minutes away from the opener, and I'll be back after the parade to pick up my top choices.
Evening's first race on the track for the post parade. Crimson and Clover, number 1, owned by Morris Cody of Charlottetown. Kenny Arsenault trains and drives. I Can Do It, number 2, is owned by Douglas and David Neal of Charlottetown, trained by Keith Ford, Mark Campbell. Windermere No Harm Done, number 3, is owned and trained by Travis Wilkie of Sturgeon, tonight David Dowling. Elm Grove Nancy, number 4, is owned and trained by Robert Phillips of Lewis Route 204. Kenny Murphy drives. Locker Up, number 5, is owned by Jamie Kennedy of Charlottetown, trained by Kenny Arsenault. Jason Hughes catch drives. Elm Grove Misty, number 6, Dave Kelly training and driving for owner Charlene Cipher, Springvale. Heather's Pet, number 7, is owned, trained, and driven by Neil Bambrick, Charlottetown. Catch a Few Rays, number 8, owned by Carson Wilkie and Lowell Parkman of Stratford, trained and driven by Kenneth Wilkie. 2 minutes. Wagering time on the first race. It's the start of the I'll Pick 5 with the $1,500 guaranteed pool and low 15% takeout. Kurt Hughes and the top selections are coming up next.
Okay, there's a look at the top driver standings. Mark Campbell leading the way with 28 wins. David Dowling in second with 15 wins. Jason Hughes, big night last Saturday. He jumps up with a tie for second with 15 wins. Gilles Barrio in fourth with 12 wins. And Adam Merner rounds out the talented group of 5 with 10 wins on the season. Okay, just a minute to go here before race 1. As Vance mentioned, the I'll Pick 5 kicks off here in race 1. We also have the early daily double exactor, 20-cent superfecta tractor, and the Wild Horses tag jackpot is $25. And there's a look at my top choice here in race 1. That is the 5 Locker Up, owned by Jamie Kennedy of Charlottetown. Kenny Arsenault, the trainer. And Kenny's elected to drive the 1. He has a couple of horses in here, Crimson and Clover. So he's going to drive the 1. Jason Hughes picks up the live catch drive. Last time out, first start off the bench. Now winners a 7:51 for Locker Up. Head post 8. So trainer driver Kenny Arsenault just took this mare back, 8/12 at the quarter, and rallied to be only beaten 3 3/4. Nice trip. 2 minutes, 2/5, 29 4. This mare has really good gate speed, and she's now making her second start back, and she gets the hot hands of the Blue Knight. Jason Hughes currently on the board 1-4, and for good reason. I think she is the best in here. Number 6, Elm Grove Misty on the screen right now. Charlene Cipher, the owner. Dave Kelly, the trainer and driver. Nice effort last time out at the 351 level. Sat the 2-hole and finished second to Mrs. Dragonfire. Closed it out 29-3, 201-2 was the mile for her. And then the start prior to that was at the 401 level. Head post 6, identical post as tonight. She got away 5th, and she made her move on the outside there for a piece and ended up 3rd. Race timed in 2 minutes, 2/5 in behind a couple dandies in Miami Sealster, and she's a comedian. So Elm Grove Misty definitely has the talent to be part of this ticket, currently 12-1. And there's the aforementioned Crimson and Clover. As I mentioned, Kenny Arsenault has 2 in here, and he elected to drive the 1 Crimson and Clover, owned by Morris Cody of Charlottetown. And this 4-year-old mare by Shadow Play has 2 lifetime wins, 1 win last year from 30 starts, 2 minutes, 3/5. A little camera shy, but a nice effort last time out at the 401 level, finishing 4th, only beaten 3 1/4. Race timed in 2 minutes flat, 29-3 final panel. Start prior to that was another nice effort. Nice trip, 158-4, 29-2, and that was her first start off the bench. So she has a rail here tonight, and I put her in for part of my tri-actor ticket, 7-1 currently. Race 1 starters are lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. It is post time for the first. Let's send it upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Crimson and Clover, I Can Do It. Windermere, No Harm Done. Elm Grove, Nancy. Lock Her Up, Elm Grove, Misty. Heather's Pet, Catch a Few Rays outside. Full field of 8 up on the gate, tonight's opener. Top of the stretch. Approaching a start. Rough and pacing and a host of levers. That is Lock Her Up. I Can Do It. Between them, Windermere No Harm Done is third. Coming up fourth is Elm Grove Misty. Way wide is Heather's Pet fifth. Into sixth is Elm Grove Nancy. Crimson and Clover seventh. And the trailer, Catch a Few Rays, a quarter pole bound, and Lock Her Up on the Blue Knight. Jason Hughes take over the lead. Racing from second is I Can Do It. Heather's Pet is caught on the outside third. Racing fourth up the rail, that is Elm Grove Misty. Now fifth is Windermere No Harm Done. Elm Grove Nancy in sixth. Crimson and Clover is seventh. And the trailer, Catch a Few Rays, 29. And for the opening quarter, Lock Her Up, the heavy favorite, right on the point. I Can Do It is second. Heather's Pet, a long night. Now she'll drop in, forget a breather in third. Racing fourth and moving out is Elm Grove Misty. To the outside in fifth is Windermere No Harm Done. Elm Grove Nancy sixth. Up seventh on the outside is Catch a Few Rays. Now the trailer, Crimson and Clover, 1 minute. And a 1/5 was the half mile. Midway round the paddock turn they go. They're all chasing. Lock Her Up at the 5-8. First up on the outside. Second is Elm Grove Misty. Riding the rail. Third is I Can Do It. Second over fourth, Windermere No Harm Done. On the rail, fifth is Heather's Pet. Between horses, Catch a Few Rays. Crimson and Clover swinging out 3 wide. Seventh. Now the trailer, Elm Grove Nancy. They're on by the 3/4 in 1. 32-2. Lock Her Up is still there, and it's getting late. I Can Do It reclaiming second. Elm Grove Misty between them third. 3 high fourth. That is Crimson and Clover, and they're homeward bound now. Lock Her Up turning it on here in the late going for the Blue Knight Hughes, and she'll be a going away winner in the opener. Lock Her Up. Second goes to Windermere No Harm Done. Might have been Crimson and Clover third. The mile in 2:02 2-2.
Okay, we're going to get a look at the Universum Media slow-mo here for the Thursday night opener, and Hughes continues to roll here in Charlottetown. Big night on Saturday night, and it continues here tonight with a win in the first race. Kenny Arsenault, hats off to him, giving the Blue Knight a live mount here with Lock Her Up coming off that trip last time out, 2 minutes 2/5 at the 7:51 level. Drops down a level here tonight with post 5, and Hughes makes no mistakes getting down to the half. And a minute 1/5, 1:32 closed it out in 30 flat for the W. Up the inside is Windermere No Harm Done, and Dowling, and charging hard on the outside was the one Crimson and Clover. So I believe we have a 5-3-1 tractor here in the opener. Yes, that is what it says on the screen now. Unofficial, of course, so hold on to all tickets, but it looks like it's a 5-3-1 here in the Thursday night opener.
Lock her up into the first race winner's circle by pacing mare 6 by Bolt the Door from the Some Beach Somewhere Dam Somewhere Secret, owned by Jamie Kennedy of Charlottetown, trained by Kenny Arsenault. The Blue Knight, Jason Hughes, with a catch driving call to the winner's circle on this night, the mile 202 and 2. Lock her up in the Thursday night opener at Charlottetown.
This race replay is brought to you by Symes Horse Transport. Based in Nova Scotia and with over 20 years of experience, Chucky Symes would welcome an opportunity to transport your horses when you need them moved. Operating 2 rigs, Symes Horse Transport offers safe, feasible, and timely trucking in Canada and in the U.S. We also buy and sell horses. To book a stall and to get a quote, call or text 902-664-7086 or email sd.symes@gmail.com. Good luck racing.
Here's the official results now from the first race. Crimson and Clover was third. I Can Do It fourth. Windermere No Harm Done second. Elm Grove Nancy sixth. Lock Her Up, the race winner. Elm Grove Misty fifth. Heather's Pet was eighth. Catch a Few Rays seventh. Fractions went 29 and 4. 1 minute 1. 132 and 2. And the mile in 202 and 2. In review 342. 61587. Lock Her Up paid $230 to win. The exactor was $41, the triactor $104.90, and the superfecta $38.84.
Free Wi-Fi is available at Red Shores for our guests, and you can sign up for betting free at hpibet.com and wager $100 in the first 30 days and receive a deposit for $100. And you can enjoy the action from our restaurants, grandstand, simulcast theater, or the casino floor. And you can place your bet at the track on your smartphone too through hpibet.com. Just click on Red Shores Guest when searching for Wi-Fi in your settings page. Just another way to enjoy your guest experience at Red Shores with free Wi-Fi.
Maiden Pacers on the second race parade. Number 1 is Midnight Love, owned, trained, and driven by Donnie McNeil of Cornwall. Only the Good Die Young, number 2, owned by A Matter of Time stable of Charlottetown, trained by Ron Matheson. Jill's Barrio drives. Lindale Pixie, number 3, is owned by David McDonald of Belfast. Jason Hughes trains and drives. Look Over Your, number 4, is owned by Jeff Valley of Thornton, Ontario. Philip Valley of Vernon River. Mark Campbell training and driving. 5 is Silent Movie Star, owned by Jennifer Ritchie of Kingston and Wayne Watson of St. John, New Brunswick. Wayne does the training. Dale Spence drives. Salisbrook Pixie, number 6, owned by Reg McPherson of Stratford, trained by Kevin McLean. Kenny Murphy. Number 7, Jabba, owned by Chucky Signs of Spring Hill, Nova Scotia, trained by Colin Johnson. Kenny Arsenault's in the sulky. 3 minutes wagering time on the second race. Super Hi-Fi comes up on race number 5, again on race number 11. On behalf of the Red Shores team, we would like to send a happy birthday wish to Stacy Dara, celebrating on this Thursday night.
Okay, we're going to get a look here on the screen right now at the top trainer standings for 2023. Colin Johnson leading the way with 14 wins. Mark Campbell has 12 wins. Jennifer Doyle sitting in third with 9 wins, and tied for fourth is Ron Matheson and David Dowling with each 5 wins apiece. just a minute to go here before race number 2. And there's a look at my top choice on the screen right now. That is the 2, Only the Good Die Young, owned by A Matter of Time stable of Charlottetown. Gilles Barrio gets the call for trainer Ron Matheson. How about that qualifier last time out? Head post 2, got away 4th, rallied to be 2nd, only beaten a length, closed it out 29-2 for a nice qualifier effort there of 2 minutes 4 fifths, and so that is good enough for me. 3-year-old filly by Better Than Cheddar out of the Western Ideal Mare Private Joke. She's throwing a couple of really nice racehorses already, so this looks to be another one, and she looks good on the track right now for Barrio, so I like her on top. Currently the slight choice here at 4-5. And now we go to the outside of the gate here with the 7, Java, 4-year-old mare by Philos Hanover, and Kenny Arsenault gets the call for trainer Colin Johnson. Chucky Simons of Spring Hill, Nova Scotia is the owner, and how about that qualifying effort there in Churro from post 7, got away in the 2-hole, finished 2nd by a quarter length for Danny Romo in 2:03 and 4:29 and 4. Moves into that hot Colin Johnson stable. He's leading the way here on in Charlottetown. He's batting 524, so I'm going to play that angle with the 7, currently 9-5 on the board. Look Over Your leaves from post 4 tonight. I'm going to put Look Over Your in my ticket for 3rd here tonight. Jeff Valley, Thornton, Ontario, and Philip Valley of Vernon River PEI are the owners. Trained and driven by Mark Campbell, 3-year-old filly by Stonebridge Terror, post 7 in that qualifier. 7 by 12 at the quarter in that qualifier. Ended up finishing 5th. 2:02 and 2 was the charted mile for Look Over Your. Closed it out 29 seconds flat. Made over 8,000 last year as a freshman, and now kicking off her sophomore campaign. I like her to round out my ticket. Currently 9-5, and now the slight favorite. Maiden filly and mare is lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's 2nd race. Let's send it back upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Midnight Love, Only the Good Die Young, Lindale Pixie, Look Over Your, Silent Movie Star, Salisbrook Pixie, Java is outside. Maiden Pacers for the 2nd, top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing as they get out. Look Over Your is leaving on the rail. Midnight Love, and they're outside. Silent Movie Star 3 high 3rd to get away 4th up the rail. Only the Good Die Young. Now in 5th, that's Java. Lindale Pixie is 6th, and Salisbrook Pixie is 7th. As they move up the backstretch, the leader, Midnight Love for Donnie McNeil. Here's Campbell and Look Over Your coming on to take over. Racing to the opening quarter, and Look Over Your now clear. 2nd is Midnight Love, racing from 3rd. Towards the inside is Silent Movie Star. Only the Good Die Young is 4th. The quarter mile was 30 and 4. All alone in 5th, that's Java. Back to 6 is Lindale Pixie, and Salisbrook Pixie is the trailer. Off the turn they come, approaching the midway point. On the lead, Look Over Your. Racing from 2nd is Midnight Love. Continuing 3rd is Silent Movie Star. 4th and edging out is Only the Good Die Young. Now 5th, that's Java. Lindale Pixie is 6, and on the outside 7, Salisbrook Pixie, the half mile in 101. And a 1/5. The 5/8 comes next, and Look Over Your will get him there. Racing second at the rail, Midnight Love. Here's Only the Good Die Young on the move in the outside third. Silent Movie Start the rail fourth. Java tipped out at fifth. Now in 6 is Salisbrook Pixie. Lindale Pixie trails the field. They're arriving at 3/4. Look Over Your along the rail. They're outside. Only the Good Die Young, the challenger. Midnight Love is third. Java is there on the outside fourth. 3/4 and 1. 33 flat. They turn for home. Look Over Your along the rail. Only the Good Die Young is taken over. Java coming on the far outside third. Deep stretch now. Coming to the wire next. Only the Good Die Young will get there. Look Over Your was second. Java picks up third. The mile in 2:02 and 3.
All right, we're going to get a look at the Universal Media slow-mo here for tonight's second race. A big trip here from the 4, Look Over Your, and Campbell cutting the mile here, getting down to the half in 1:01 and 1/3, 1:33, closing it out here 29 and 3. But on the outside, look at the trip from the 2, Only the Good Die Young in her debut, 3-year-old filly by Better Than Cheddar out of the Ron Matheson stable. Barrio, a nice trip here for this one tonight, learning how to race and just grinding it out first up and timing it perfectly here, getting her nose out in front on the line for her first victory there. Like I say, closing quarter, 29 and change for a nice mile on the off track, 2:02 and 3. Only the Good Die Young wins the second here for Barrio.
Only the Good Die Young arriving at the second race winner's circle by facing filly 3, but Better Than Cheddar off the Western Ideal Dam. Private Joke, owned by A Matter of Time stable of Charlottetown. The filly bred by Wade Piccone of Stanchel. She's trained by Ronnie Matheson and driven to victory by Jill's Barrio. Her pari-mutuel debut, a winning one with a maiden record of 2:02 and 3. Only the Good Die Young in the second.
The management and staff at Red Shores want your experience to be fun and entertaining. That is why we offer information on how our games work, tips to keep your gambling fun, and available community resources. For more information, please speak to one of our PlayWise advisors or stop by the PlayWise Information Center.
Here's the official results now from the second race. Midnight Love fourth. Only the Good Die Young, the race winner. Lindale Pixie was seventh. Look Over Your was second. Silent Movie Star sixth. Salisbrook Pixie fifth. Java finished third. Fractions 30 and 4, 101 and 1. 133, and the mile 202 and 3. In review, it's 417, 2653. Only the good die young, paid 560. The exactor 1320, triactor 2840, superfecta 653. The early daily double 540.
The meal and deal for May at Red's Gold Cup Lounge on the Red Shores Charlottetown Casino floor is the famous traditional lobster roll, crispy fries, and dessert for only $19.95. And rewards members get $10 in free play or match play Friday nights at Red's Gold Cup Lounge in May. Okay, we are 6 away here from race 3. There's a look at my top choices here in the third race. I'm going to go with the 1 here at Dusty Lane, Zendaya. I also like the 4, Tell Me Why, and Counter Currency and Hughes. So I'm going to go with a 1, 4, 5. Post time picks likes 5, 1, 4. And classifier's choice going with a 5, 2, 4. Post parade will be coming up in just a moment.
Dusty Lane Zendaya is on the third race post parade. Alexis Gass of Cornwall is the owner and the trainer. Corey McPherson drives. 2 Rock the Baby, owned by Windermere Farms at Springvale, trained by Earl Watts, Patrick Shepard. Sigali number 3 is owned by the Sigali 6 stable of Charlottetown, trained by Philip Kelly, Kenny Arsenault. Tell Me Why number 4 is owned by Joe McDonald of Port Alban and Alexis Gass of Cornwall. Joe is the trainer. Tonight, Norris Rogers. Counter Currency 5, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge. Jennifer is the trainer. Jason Hughes above the wheels. 3 minutes wagering time on the third. Red Shores is proud to launch the player portal. Visit Redshores.ca to find out more. Welcome to Scott Cowan, Director of Destination Gaming with Atlantic Lottery, and several teammates include Dean, Claude, Caitlin, Suzanne, Jeff, Steve, and Manon. Enjoy your night at Red Shores, Charlottetown.
Once upon a time, the ferry was the only way to visit Prince Edward Island. Some say it still is.
Out onto the track we go here for tonight's third race. Just 2 minutes to post. There's a look at my top choice, the 1 Dusty Lane Zendaya, owned by Alexis Gass of Cornwall. Alexis is the trainer and regular pilot. Corey McPherson is in the seat. How about that 4th place finish last time out? Pretty decent effort. 2 minutes, 2/5, 30-4 closing quarter. Start prior to that from post 1, set 2. Finished second, race timed in a nice mile, 58-1, 28-3, in behind Nanny Bernice. And so this mare's been racing so good lately, I have to put her on top of my ticket. She has the rail here tonight and a good price at 5-1 currently. Hughes and Counter Currency have post 5 here tonight. Jen Doyle and Danny Bird are the owners. 4th last week, 58-2. Second prior to that, in 59-2. Closing quarter, 28-1. In for the same price again this week. Post 5, short field. I think she's going to be part of the ticket. Currently 2-1. Okay, now we're getting a look at Tell Me Why from post 4 here. Joe McDonald of Port Albion and Alexis Gass are the owners. Joe the trainer. And Norris Rogers gets the call again this week. 14-year-old mare. This is her last year of racing, and she does not show any signs of slowing down. How about that trip? First start off the bench. Rogers was in the seat on that night. Got away 6, rallied to be second. Race time to 57-2, closing quarter 28-4. 2 back, closed it out 27-4, and then just missed last week, third by a no. So this mare is on her game right now. Post 4 in the short field. She is definitely a major threat and a nice price at 4-1. filly mares lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's third race. Let's send it upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Compact field of 5 here in the third with Dusty Lanesondale, Rock the Baby, Sigali. Tell Me Why, Counter Currency, top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and pacing Dusty Lanesondale, Rock the Baby into their outside. Sigali, the third one into the turn. Crossing over fourth is Tell Me Why, then the early trailer. That'll be Counter Currency. The early leader is Dusty Lanesondale for Corey McPherson. Rock the Baby is second. That's Sigali caught out third. Fourth up the rail is Tell Me Why, and trailing the field, Counter Currency along the backstretch going to the opening quarter. Sigali up on the outside to put her head in front. On the rail second is Dusty Lanesondale. Racing from third, Rock the Baby. Tell Me Why goes fourth. Counter Currency fifth. 29-3 was the first quarter. On to the lead, that is Sigali for Kenny Arsenault. Racing from second is Dusty Lanesondale. Rock the Baby comes out of the turn third. Tell Me Why is fourth. Counter Currency continuing to trail as they approach the opening half mile. Sigali, the midway point leader and the longest shot on the board. Racing second, Dusty Lanesondale. Third is Rock the Baby. There goes Counter Currency underway to take over fourth. Trailing to the outside, Tell Me Why. 1 minute and 2 was a half. With 3/8 left to go, Sigali the leader. Company coming now. Up on the outside, Counter Currency set to take over the lead. Third up the rail, Dusty Lanesondale. On the outside, fourth. That is Tell Me Why. And now the trailer is a Rock the Baby, the new leader at 3/4. Counter Currency takes over late. Sigali now second. Dusty Lanesondale third. Tell Me Why hangs on the outside fourth. And the trailer, Rock the Baby, 3/4 tripped in a 1. 31-4, and homeward bound they come, and it's all Counter Currency in here. Sigali is second, Dusty Lanesondale third. Deep in the stretch, here's another going away winner. Counter Currency doubles up the Blue Night Ewes. Dusty Lanesondale rallied second. Sigali held third. The time of the mile in 2:01-2.
Okay, we're going to get a look at the Universal Media slow-mo here for race 3, and it was Sigali and Arsenault. They had to work hard to get to the lead, 29-3. Dusty Lanesondale sitting in the 2-hole. And then Sigali gets a little leg weary up the backstretch with Counter Currency and Hughes coming first up, and Hughes picks up his second win on the night as they're going to draw clear down the lane and get it done 2:01-2, and that is Hughes' second win from just 3 races here tonight, and his hot streak continues. And Dusty Lanesondale and McPherson, they were caught in there. They shook loose late, and they do get the deuce, and Sigali rounds out the top 3. But Counter Currency gets it done here in the third for Hughes.
Counter Currency arriving at the third race winner's circle. Big pacing mare, the 5-year-old Honor Sports Rider, is off the no pan intended dam. Gold, not silver. Owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, the mare bred by Glengate Farms and Ariel Stables of Ontario. Trained by Jennifer Doyle, the Blue Knight Jason Hughes has his second winner for an early double. The time of the mile in 2:01 and 2. Counter Currency in the third.
This race replay is brought to you by Park After Dark Events. Red Shores is Atlantic Canada's premier entertainment destination. Watch for announcements on comedy nights, concerts, and more with Park After Dark Events at Red Shores.
Now the official results from the third race. Dusty Lane Zendaya was second. Rock the Baby fourth. Sigali finished third. Tell Me Why fifth. Counter Currency, the race winner. Fractions went 29 and 3, 1 minute 2, 131 and 4, and the mile 2:01 and 2. In review, 2:43, 5:1. Counter Currency paid $5.40. The exactor 10.20, triactor 31.90, and the superfecta was 9.07.
Tag your ticket with the Wild Horses, an exclusive play for on-track customers, and you can tag your ticket for a chance to win a jackpot of $25. It's offered on every race, and the Wild Horses tag is an Instapick ticket for on-track customers only. So ask your seller to tag your ticket with the Wild Horses. Okay, there's a look at the selections for the upcoming fourth race. It's unanimous. We all are on board. The 6 in here, Equal Dignity and Gilberto. I like a 6-2-3. Post time picks like 6-3-2. Classifier also like 6-2-3 in here. So we're all in pretty much agreement with the 6, the 2, and the 3 in here. Equal Dignity raced really good last time out. Third and 59 and change, and a winner 2 back. A impressive victory there in 59 and 2. Post 6 tonight, currently 4-5. And the post parade will be coming up in just a moment.
Fourth race on the track for the post parade. Number 1 is Kay's Rider, now owned by Lance Jones, Sean McAdam, and Donnie McFadgen of Charlottetown. Trainer-driver Todd Walsh. Miss Contour number 2, owned by David and Matt Burke of Stratford, Don McNeil Jr. of Stanhope, trained by Colin Johnson, Mark Campbell driving. Georgia Thompson number 3, owned and trained by Melissa Rennie of Charlottetown, Adam Murner drives. It's Dally Time number 4, owned and trained by Robert Phillips of Lou's Route 204, Kenny Murphy. 5 Gin and Tonic, owned by Brian Foley, Aaron Carver, Mark Galan, and Donnie Stewart. The trainer-driver, Mike McGuigan. Equal Dignity 6, owned by Ian Smith of Stratford, trained by Tom Weatherby, Jules Barrio drives. Malice Intent number 7, owned by Cole McLaren, Evan Myers, and Jacob McLaren, trained by Cole McLaren, Dale Spence up. Miss Chantal Mockabe is 8, owned by Mary Jean Noy, Denise Andrew, and Tasha McKenzie, trained and driven by Kenneth Wilkie. 3 minutes wagering time in the 4th. The Hillside Chevrolet Drive for Home for series starts in June. Kurt has more information on the series in just a moment.
That's right, Vance. Red Shores is proud to team up with Hillside Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac to present the Drive for Home series on select race dates during the month of June, and the randomly selected race will have added purse money, trophy presentation, and hookup fees to the 6th, 7th, and 8th finishers. So watch and listen for more information on the 2023 Chevy Colorado ZR2, 2023 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4, or the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 RST. And the Drive for Home series is presented by Hillside Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, Island owned and operated, proud to support the PEI harness racing industry. Okay, down to a minute to go here before race number 4. And don't forget, you can tag your ticket with the wild horses. That jackpot is $25. We also have Exactor, Superfecta, Triactor Wagering, Win Place Show. And there is the horse on the screen right now that I've picked to win. That is the 6 Equal Dignity, owned by Ian Smith of Stratford. Gilles Barrio is going to do the driving for trainer Tom Weatherby. As I mentioned there prior to post-parade, that this 4-year-old mare by Sports Writer was a real good third last time out from post 7. Closed it out 29-1 for a mile at 159 and 1, and a winner 2 back in 59 and 2 again for Barrio, 29-2, closing quarter post 6 here tonight. So he's going to have to work out another good trip, and the Magic Man can do that for sure. 5-2 currently. And now we're getting a look at the 2 Miss Contour, owned by David and Matt Burke of Stratford and Don McNeil of Stanhope PEI. A 3-year-old filly by Shadow Play. Mark Campbell gets the call for trainer Colin Johnson. A nice qualifier there in 2 minutes 3/5. Made that break there, 2 back, and the winners of one not more than 2 races ahead. The rail was sitting 2 and self-destructed, so had to qualify again coming off that qualifier. But Miss Contour does have the talent, over 8,000 made last year as a freshman filly, now making her way into her sophomore campaign. A little bump there in the road 2 weeks ago, but hopefully after that qualifier, trainer Colin Johnson has this filly ironed out, and she is definitely a major threat in here, especially from post 2. I'll look for Campbell to be pretty aggressive with her and maybe get her out to the front here tonight and she will be definitely tough to beat. Currently a better price than the 6 for my liking, 3-1. Now we're getting a look at the 3, Georgia Thompson, owned by Melissa Rennie of Charlottetown. Adam Murner going to do the driving. Melissa also the trainer. How about that trip 3 back? 58-2 right on the front end, closing quarter 28-3, and then gave it up late in the mile there, 2 back, finishing 4th. And then last week tried different tactics coming from off the pace as she can get a little hot. And so Murner was trying to put her in a hole for a bit, and then he made his move there at the 3/4 pole, and she still got a little tired late in that mile, 59-4. But she does have the speed, so hopefully Murner can get a ground-saving trip with this filly here tonight. I like her to round out my triactor ticket, currently 9-2. Filly mares lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's 4th race. Let's go back upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Kay's Rider, Miss Countor, Georgia Thompson, It's Dally Time, Gin and Tonic, Equal Dignity, Malice Intent, Miss Chantel Mockaby outside, top of the stretch. Here they come. Rough and facing Kay's Rider along the rail, the first one out. Coming from the outside is Equal Dignity, second, third into the turn. On the inside is Georgia Thompson. To get away 4th, It's Dally Time. On the outside, Malice Intent. Now finds the cones 5th. Away 6, Miss Countor. Then in 7th, Gin and Tonic. Trailing the field, that's Miss Chantel Mockaby. Along the backstretch and straight alignment in the early going. The newcomer to Charlottetown, Kay's Rider, and the Red Baron, Todd Walsh on the engine here, leading it by 2. Racing from second towards the rail, that's Equal Dignity. Georgia Thompson around the turn 3rd. It's Dally Time 4th. Movement from the backfield. There goes Miss Countor to pick up 5th. Malice Intent is 6th. Going wide 7th, Gin and Tonic. Trailing the field, Miss Chantel Mockaby, 30-1 the quarter. Here comes the opening half mile, and Kay's Rider halfway home. Racing from second is Equal Dignity. Miss Countor comes first up on the outside to take over 3rd. In at the rail, Georgia Thompson is 4th. Gin and Tonic on the outside is taking 5th. Now It's Dally Time is 6th. 7th, Malice Intent. On the outside, Miss Chantel Mockaby, the half mile in 1:01. And 3 up the backstretch now for the final time. Kay's Rider takes him to 3/4 from the outside, grinding away first up. Miss Countor in the pocket, Equal Dignity 3rd. Georgia Thompson is there, 4th on the outside. It's Dally Time 5th. Malice Intent 6th. Miss Chantel Mockaby, and now the trailer Gin and Tonic 1. 32-3 was the 3/4, and they're turning for home now. And here is Georgia Thompson to take over the lead. Second is Kay's Rider. Equal Dignity coming late from 3rd. Georgia Thompson, another open length victory here in the 4th with Murner. Equal Dignity 2nd. Kay's Rider is 3rd. Time of the mile in 2:01-1.
All right, let's get a look at that Universum Media slow-mo here for race 4. We saw Kay's Rider and Walsh go to the front there using the rail to their advantage, and they wanted to cut it here tonight. They did for a piece of the mile anyway. 30-1, half, 101-3, 3/4, 1 32-3. Miss Contour and Campbell provided live cover for the three, Georgia Thompson and Murner. As I mentioned, she was on the front for a couple trips and then stepped out of the 4-hole and came first up last week. Tonight, a perfect second oversteer, and she exploded off cover to get the job done. The last quarter of the race was 28-3, and her last quarter was a little better than that. Georgia Thompson with an eye-catching victory here in race 4. Time of the mile, 2:01.1. Wow, she was good tonight, and we'll see her back in the Red Shores winner's circle next.
Here comes Georgia Thompson into the 4th race winner's circle. Bay Pacing filly. She's by 3-year-old daughter of sports writer off the Mach 3 dam, Olive Thompson. Owned and trained by Melissa Rennie of Charlottetown. The filly bred by Bernie Hennessy of Ontario. Adam Murner picks up the winning drive. The mile in 2:01.1. Georgia Thompson in the 4th.
This race replay is brought to you by our new player portal. Everything you need to play the horses with programs, picks, mobile wagering, up-to-date stats, replays, and special features. Check out the new Red Shores player portal. Click on the Racing tab at Redshores.ca.
Here's the official results from the 4th race. Kay's Rider 3rd, Miss Contour 7th, Georgia Thompson the race winner. It's Dally Time was 6th, Gin and Tonic finished 8th, Equal Dignity was 2nd, Malice Intent 4th, Miss Chantal Maccabee finished 5th. The fractions were 30-1, 101-3, 132-3, and the mile in 2:01.1. In review, 371, 682, 45. Georgia Thompson paid $720 to win. The exactor 1970, triactor 8070, super effective 55.48. The super high five is next. 9 minutes to post time.
Last call for 50-50 here in the top of the park. Last call for 50-50 here in the top of the park.
Fifth race entering the track on parade, featuring the Super High Five. Silly Amos number 1 is owned by David Kent of North Rustico. Kenny Arsenault training and driving. Outrageous Style number 2 is owned by Paul Holmes of Warren Grove, trained by Ron Matheson, Gilles Barrio. 3 Southern Heart, owned by Elmer Campbell of Airdrie, Alberta. Jackie Cooper Stratford, trained by Ron Matheson. Corey McPherson drives. 4 Evening Maelstrom, owned by Dr. Mary McNiven of 9 Mile Creek, trained by Cliff Murphy. Kenny Murphy driving. 5 is J.J. Brienne, owned by John Davidson Jr. of St. John, New Brunswick. John Davidson Sr. does the driving. Alan Jones trains. Stealing Base is 6, owned by Jack Matheson of Charlottetown, trained by Ron Matheson, Jason Hughes. You Ain't Dolly number 7, owned by Kelsey Curran of Peaks and David Amadio from Port Morion, Nova Scotia, trained by Brendan Curran. Adam Murner up. 8 is Better Be in Love, owned by Brendan Mullen, Cole McLaren, and Aaron McCartle, trained by Brendan Mullen. Dale Spence in the sulky. Down to 3 minutes wagering time on race number 5. And Kurt, you and I are coming up with our selections in the Super High Five. We thank our friends at Results Marketing and Advertising for their presentation of the Vance Cam out of the announcer's booth here at the historic driving park. I'm going outside in here, Kurt. I don't like the positions, but I do like the horses. I like 8, Better Be in Love. She's been class dropping, and she looks to be the best on paper. We'll have to deal with that grandstand side post position. Going to go right alongside with the 7, You Ain't Dolly, with Murner now getting his third consecutive drive on the mare from the outside post. Going to go to the rail and the Kenny Arsenault trainee, Silly Amos, for third. I like the 2 Outrageous Style for fourth. And I like Evening Maelstrom as I try to get a ticket into that elusive club that you're the only member of. I like 8, 7, 1, 2, 4. Kurt, your choices.
I like the 8 as well, Vance. I like Better Be in Love. She's a class of the field, so I'm going to put her on top. I'm going to go to the inside of the gate, Silly Amos for second, and then I'm going to go right to the outside again from post 7. I like You Ain't Dolly for third, and then I'm going to go with Outrageous Style, Vance. I'm not very happy with Outrageous Style right now, as she cost me the high 5 last time out, but I'm going to put her in a ticket again this week, and I like her for fourth. And then for fifth, I'm going to go right next door to Southern Heart and Corey McPherson. So I like 81723. Vance Cameron also on board with the 8. He likes the 8. He's going to go 87124. So similar numbers there in the top 4. He's going with Evening Maelstrom to round out his Super High 5 ticket. It should be a great race. Good luck with your selections here in race 5. You got about a minute to get in on the action. Still time to get in on that super high five. We also have exactor tractor wagering, and the Wild Horses tag jackpot is $25. Win, play, show. Good odds board right now. 6-1 on Silly Amos, 5-2 on Outrageous Style, 36-1 on Southern Heart, and 25-1 on the 4 Evening Maelstrom. JJ Brienne 56-1, 9-5 with Stealing Bases. You Ain't Dolly, nice price at 5-1, and my top choice in Vance. We both like the 8, 9-5. That's a nice price for Better Be in Love. We're getting close here in the 5th. Horses are lining up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for today's 5th race. Let's send it back upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Silly Amos, Outrageous Style, Southern Heart. Evening Maelstrom, J.J. Brienne. Stealing Bases, You Ain't Dolly, and Better Be in Love. Top of the stretch. Well, the 2-horse Outrageous Style going to be way back here at the start. There they go, off and pacing, Stealing Bases, You Ain't Dolly, Silly Amos, and farther out, Better Be in Love. That foursome leaving out. On the rail, 5th now, as they race over to the 8th pole is Southern Heart, Evening Maelstrom 6th. 7th, that's J.J. Brienne, and the trailer is Outrageous Style going to the opening quarter. And on the outside, there goes Stealing Bases, and the Blue Knight used to clear the lead. Better Be in Love marches up on the outside, and she's about to take it away. Better Be in Love for Spence now. Clear on the lead, 29-1 opened it up. Second is Stealing Bases around the turn. Silly Amos 3rd, You Ain't Dolly 4th. Then in 5th, it's Southern Heart. Evening Maelstrom is 6th. J.J. Brienne 7th, and trailing the field, Outrageous Style. Down the stretch they come. The opening half mile, the next station. Better Be in Love will be the midway point leader. Stealing Bases is 2nd. On the cones 3rd. Silly Amos, Southern Heart moved up to take over 4th. You Ain't Dolly 5th. Evening Maelstrom is 6th with J.J. Brienne and Outrageous Style 59-1 for a half a mile. Arriving at 5/8, the leader by a couple is Better Be in Love. Racing 2nd is Stealing Bases. Silly Amos slipping to the outside 3rd. Racing 4th on the outside is Southern Heart. On the rail 5th, You Ain't Dolly is nowhere to go. Moving up 6th is J.J. Brienne. Evening Maelstrom 7th. Trailing the field, Outrageous Style, the 3/4 in 1:30-1, approaching the 7/8. Better Be in Love by 3. Silly Amos is 2nd. Back to 3rd is Stealing Bases. 4th along the inside is You Ain't Dolly. Deep in the stretch now. Here's another open length victory in the 5th. The super high 5 winner. Better Be in Love for Dale Spence. 2nd, that'll go to Silly Amos. And Outrageous Style from Out of the Clouds will pick up 3rd. 2 minutes, 1/5.
All right, we're going to get a look at the Universum Media slow-mo here for race 5. It was super high 5 time here in Charlottetown, and we had the winner, but then it was a bit of a mess in behind for both of us here, Vance and I. We both like Better Be in Love, and Spence gave this mare a power drive, getting to the front just as she was getting to the quarter, 29-1. 59-1, 130-1. She kept on rocking and rolling. She was definitely the class of the field. She closes out here at 30 flat, closing quarter for a mile of 2 minutes, 1/5. She was a dominant winner here in race 5. Silly Amos does get the deuce for me. I got the exactor here, but then it kind of fell apart after that. But what a finish here from the 2 Outrageous Style and Barrio. They made that break prior to the start. They gapped probably about 15, 20 lengths, and she rallied to be third. Just an excellent recovery from the 2 Outrageous style. She'll be heard from in the weeks to come for sure. So there's a look at the ticket, 81257. Congratulations if you were able to connect here in this fifth race. Better Be in Love will be back in the Red Shores Winner's Circle in just a moment.
Better Be in Love into the fifth race winner's circle. Bay pacing mare, she's 7 years. The daughter of Better's Delight from the Arts Place Dam. Belle Amy's Love, owned by Brendan Mullen, Cole McLaren, and Aaron McCardle. The mare bred by Big Al Stable Incorporated of Ontario, trained by Brendan Mullen and driven to victory by Dale Spence for a mile and 2 minutes and a 1/5. Better Be in Love in the Super High Five.
This race replay is brought to you by the new 1888 Lounge at Red Shores. The 1888 Lounge is perfect for your corporate meetings, parties, or presentations. Contact Rebecca in our Sales and Events Division for more information on the new 1888 Lounge upper level at Red Shores.
Here's the official results from Race 5. Silly Amos was second. Outrageous Style third. Southern Heart sixth. Evening Maelstrom was seventh. J.J. Brienne fourth. Stealing Bases eighth. You Ain't Dolly was fifth. Better Be in Love, the race winner. Fractions were 29 and 1. 59 and 1. 130 and 1. And the mile in 2 minutes and a 1/5. From the top, your program reads 236 748 51. Better Be in Love returning 430. The Exactor 1210, Triactor $40, and the Super High Five 114.07.
Red Hot Trivia at Red Shores Summerside Saturdays in the West End Bar and Grill. The evening is hosted by Will and Tony every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. for Red Hot Trivia. And complete details are at redshores.ca. 6 away from race 6 here at Red Shores. We hope you're having an excellent evening, whether tuning in online or on track. We hope you're cashing some of these tickets here tonight and having some luck. Here's our top choices for the upcoming 6th race. I'm going to go with a 3-1-5. Post time picks like 3-1-4, along with the classifier, also going with a 3-1-4. So all three of us like the 15E, leaving from post 3, followed by Rockadero, and then I'm going to throw in Libero for 3rd, and post time picks in the classifier like Along for the Ride and Amber Campbell for 3rd on their ticket. 5 minutes post now from race 6. Post parade will be coming out in just a moment.
The 6th race trotters and their drivers are on the track for post parade. Rockadero, number 1, is owned by Robin Burke of Brackley, trained by Wade Myers. Corey McPherson drives. Suicide Ship, number 2, owned by Margot Fisher of Fredericton, New Brunswick, trained by Harold Shepard. Stephen Shepard driving. 3 is 15E, owned by John Collings of Brudenell, trainer-driver Jason Hughes. Along for the Ride wears number 4, owned by Ambrose Label of Morel, trained by Brian McPhee. Amber Campbell driving. Libero, number 5, owned by Donna Van Meer from Mount Herbert, trained by Randy Van Meer. That's Gilles Barrio. 3 minutes wagering time in the 6th race. The start of the on-track pick 5, so your ballots must be in before the start of this 6th race.
Atlantic Classic Sale 2023, October 6th at 12:30 p.m. at the Crapo Exhibition Grounds, and entries close on May 31st, 2023 at 5 p.m. and enter consignment online at peiharnessracing.ca/forums or by phone at 902-569-1682, and you can visit atlantic-classic.com for sale preview, online sale catalog, pedigree links, and sales results. And so the yearling preview October 5th is from 4 to 8 p.m. Trotters on the track here for race 6, 2 minutes to post, and there is a look at the chalk favorite right now on the screen. That is the 3-15E, a 4-year-old mare by Lou's Legacy. John Collins, the owner from Brudenell, Jason Hughes, the trainer and driver. 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 1/3 so far in 2023. That's 5 for 7 in the top 3 at the tough Northfield Park half-mile oval. That's some tough racing, and she's been racing really well. If you look all the way down her lines, her last start at Northfield was a really tough outing from post 8, parked the entire mile, finished 6th, but prior to that has not finished off the board down her lines there. Some nice trips in 57 and 1, 4 back, second by a neck, 3 back, 58, and a nice qualifier there, 203 and 1, finishing second by a half length to Glider Man. So 15, I'm going to put 15 on top of my ticket, and then it looks like everyone else is on board with the 3. Currently 1-2. Rockadero raced in the Open the last 2 weeks, finished 6th first start and 5th last week. Had the rail on both accounts and raced pretty well. Last time out, race timed in 58 and 4. Wade Myers is the trainer, and Robin Burke of Brackley is the owner. Rockadero being driven tonight by Corey McPherson. He's been in the seat the last 2 weeks at the Open level, so dropping down to the non-winners of 1,000, won the last 5. Getting the rail again, so been drawn quite well here in Charlottetown, and off that last trip, Rockadero is definitely going to be a threat in here. That's a nice trip, 58 and 4. Just in against some stiff competition on that day. So Rockadero, a major threat here at 6-5. And if you're playing the try, a lot of good options. If you like the 3 and the 1, a lot of good options for third. I like to go with the 5, Libero. This guy, he can get off the gate well. Barrio knows this guy quite well as well. And Donna Van Meer is the owner from Mount Herbert. A nice qualifier there, 202 and 1 for Barrio, 30 and 1 closing quarter. Randy Van Meer, the trainer. Libero, we know this guy quite well. And as I say, he can get off the gate well, or he can come from off the pace. And he's kind of comfortable at this level. So I like him for third, 16 to 1 currently. Trotters rolling up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's 6th race. Upstairs for the call to track announcer Vance Cameron.
And those trotters are Rockadero, Suicide Shift, 15 along for the ride, and Libero, top of the stretch. They're approaching a start. Oh, the newcomer, 3:15. He has gone off stride. The heavy favorite. There they go, off and trotting. Libero, Suicide Shift, and Rockadero. That trio leave out. Along for the ride into the turn, 4th. And the newcomer at short odds, 15. Is way back. Here in the early going, trotting to the backstretch. Libero took the lead for Gilberto. Suicide Shift now second. Rockadero third. Along for the ride 4th. And in the backfield, 15 is the trailer as they arrive at the opening quarter mile. It's Libero and Barrio out in fronto. Racing second and getting the two-hole ride, Suicide Shift. On the turn, Rocket Darrow is third, up with the leaders fourth, along for the ride, and in the backfield, 15 the trailer. Off the turn they come, 30 seconds flat was the opening quarter. They approach the midway point, led there by Libero. Two-hole ride to Suicide Shift, racing from third, Rocket Darrow. Then in fourth, along for the ride, trailing the field, 15. They were halfway home in 101 and 2, and it's Libero by 3 as they round the paddock turn. Suicide Shift second. There goes Rocket Darrow to the outside third. Along for the ride goes fourth, and 15 trails up the backstretch for time 2. 3/4 the next station. Libero the leader. From the outside, Rocket Darrow is taken over second. Suicide Shift now third. Along for the ride fourth, and 15 trails. 3/4 went in 1:32 and 2. Rounding the turn for the second and final time. Shade more than an eighth of a mile left to trot, and that is Libero turning home. Rocket Darrow is there second. Along for the ride to the outside third. Deep stretch now. Libero almost there. Rocket Darrow still there on the outside. On the wire next. Libero and Barrio all the way. Rocket Darrow second, along for the ride third, the mile in 2:03 and 4.
Well, probably not Barrio's plan A, but when he looked over to the left behind the gate and saw the unfortunate miscue from the 3:15 and Hughes, he pounced on the rest of the field here off the gate, and he left out hard, got rewarded, got to the front there, 30 flat to the quarter, and down to the half, 101 and 2, 3/4, 132 and 2. The mare on the rail, Rocket Darrow and McPherson, they're going to grind it out first up here, and they're going to battle down the stretch. But Libero, I like this trotter. He's just a classy old trotter, and you can kind of set your watch by him. He's pretty consistent every single week, and Barrio made no mistake here tonight, right down the road, getting it done on the off track, 2:03 and 4. Barrio and Libero here in the 6th.
Here comes Libero to the 6th race winner's circle, trotting big gelding 9 by Cadabra from the Conway Hall Dam. Creamy Mimi, owned by Donna Van Beer of Mount Herbert. The horse bred by Marvin Katz and now Libfell. Trained by Randy Van Meer and Gilles Barrio. Got the long shot home here in the 6th. That's Libero.
This race replay is brought to you by Syntrack Print and Graphic. Here they come, and it's Syntrack for the win with exceptional print products, exceptional graphic design services, and exceptional value. Syntrack Print and Graphics, 902-892-7719.
Now the official results in race 6, Rocket Darrow was second, Suicide Shift fourth, 15 was fifth. Along for the ride third, Libero was the race winner. Fractions went 30, 101 and 2, 132 and 2, and the mile 2:03 and 4. From the top, 2:45, 3-1. Libero paid $38.20 to win. The exactor 182.20, the triactor 195.10, the superfactor was 81.64.
Red Shores, Charlottetown, and the Top of the Park restaurant will be offering a new and exciting lineup of special events called Park After Dark, which include comedy nights, live performances, dinner presentations, and more. So stay up to date on these special events at Redshores.ca or follow us on our social media platforms. Red Shores is Atlantic Canada's premier entertainment destination.
Seventh race on post for AJM Sports Fan number 1, owned by Angus Burt, Morris McCabe, Wayne McPherson, and Harold Shepard. Harold is the trainer. Stephen Shepard driving. Topville Angelina number 2. Owners are Jody Lynn Matheson, Stefan Boudreau, and Gene Smallman. Trained by Ron Matheson, Gilles Barrio driving. 3 Philly 47 is owned by Alan McDonald, Corey Carver, and Caitlin Smallwood. Mark Campbell training and driving. Woodmere Roll Lily number 4, owned by Marcia Knox of Stanhope and Corey Livingston of Village Green, trained by Melissa Rennie. Adam Murner drives. 5 The Lady Sheriff, owned by Elizabeth Courtney of Maddox Cove, Newfoundland, trained by Mark Campbell. Corey McPherson catch driving. Elm Grove Mistress number 6, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, trained by Jennifer Doyle, driven by Jason Hughes. Only 2 minutes wagering time on the 7th. Back to the broadcast desk for Kurt Hughes and the race day recap presented by Metro Home Building Center.
That's right, Vance. Let's get a look at the race day recap presented by Metro Home Building Center. And in tonight's first race, it was Locker Up, and Hughes going right down the road tonight on the off track, 29 4, half in a minute, 1/5, 1:32 and 2. Closed it out 30 flat for a nice win of 2:02 and 2, and that 5-3-1 ticket paid 104.90. In race 2 tonight, it was Come Out Virginia with Only the Good Die Young grinding it up. First up here for Barrio in her debut. 3-year-old filly by Better Than Cheddar. She's going to reach up in the final strides and get it on the line on the off track. 2:02 and 3 was the maiden break in victory for that 3-year-old filly, and the ticket paid $28.40. In race 3 tonight, we're back with Hughes. Hughes here grinding it out. First up with Counter Currency. It was a move he made at the 5/8. He came first up on Sigali and drove right on by, and they were open length winners here tonight on the off track of 2:01 and 2 was the mile, and the 5:13 ticket paid $31.90. In race 4 tonight, it was Georgia Thompson working out the perfect second oversteer behind Miss Contour, and Murner rallied late in the mile to get it done. Georgia Thompson, an impressive performance, 2:01 and 1 was the mile, closing quarter 28 and 1. So it was an impressive performance from Georgia Thompson in that race, and the ticket paid $80.70. And then in the super high 5, it was Better Be in Love. She was down in class, and Better Be in Love, the class of the field, actually. Dale Spence got it done from post 8, right down the road. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 1/5. And that super high 5 ticket, 81257, paid a nice return of 114.07. And then in race 6, it was Barrio and Libero lighting up the board, $38 and change on the nose for Libero. The favorite in the race, 15 and Hughes, they made a break behind the gate, so Libero went right to the front and didn't look back. 2:03 and 4 was the mile for Libero, and look at that ticket, nice ticket of 514, 195.10, and that is the race day recap presented by Metro Home Building Center. Really talented group in here in race 7. Philly Mares now winners of 17:01 last 5. I went with the 6 Elm Grove Mistress and Hughes over Philly 47 and JM Sports Fan, but a really talented group. Topville Angelina also in there with Woodmere Roll Lily and the Lady Sheriff as well. A really talented group here going to battle in the 7th. And those talented mares are lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. It's post time for the 7th. Back upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron.
JM Sports Fan, Topville Angelina, Philly 47, Woodmere Roll Lily, the Lady Sheriff, and Elm Grove Mistress. A half a dozen noses moving up on the starting gate. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Off and facing Philly 47 and JM Sports Fan leave out. Topville Angelina third into the turn. Woodmere Roll Lily away fourth. The Lady Sheriff fifth. And Elm Grove Mistress unhurried tonight will get away sixth as they straighten to the backstretch en route to the opening quarter. JM Sports Fan in line to Stephen Shepard. On the engine, racing from second is Philly 47, third up the rail, Topville Angelina. Then in fourth, it's Woodmere Roll Lily. The Lady Sheriff has fifth, trailing the field, Elm Grove Mistress 28. And 3 was the opening quarter. On the off track as they arrive at 3/8, the leader is JM Sports Fan, the two-hole ride to Philly 47. Out of the turn and coming third up the rail is Topville Angelina. Woodmere Roll Lily is fourth. The Lady Sheriff fifth. And now the Blue Knight Hughes has found the right line, sending Elm Grove Mistress to the outside. Now she'll pick up cover as out pops Woodmere Roll Lily, the half mile in 58 and 3. Over to the 5/8, the unchallenged leader, JM Sports Fan, leading it by 2. Second is Philly 47. Woodmere Roll Lily on the outside third. Topville Angelina at the rail fourth. Elm Grove Mistress on the outside fifth. And that is the Lady Sheriff sixth. 3 quarters in the books. JM Sports Fan got him there in 1:28 and 2 as they round the turn approaching the 7/8. JM Sports Fan looking to take it all away. Philly 47 is second. Topville Angelina third. Woodmere Roll Lily deep in the stretch now. JM Sports Fan almost there. Philly 47 up the inside. JM Sports Fan for Stephen Shepard all the way. Philly 47 was second. Looked like Woodmere Roll Lily third. 1:58.4.
Okay, getting all the respect off the wings was the one JM Sports Fan and Steve Shepard. They had the rail here tonight, and they used it here tonight, and they busted off the wings here and put everybody else in behind. Great job by Steve here tonight. 28 and 3 to the quarter, 58 and 3 to the half, 128 and 2 to the 3 quarters. Woodmere Roll Lily and Murner came first up with Elm Grove Mistress following, but they were not a threat in here as JM Sports Fan goes right down the road, getting it done, 1:58 and 4. The pocket sitter, Philly 47, up the inside. A little scare late in the mile, but no, JM Sports Fan puts them away here in race 7. Great trip from the one, JM Sports Fan. We'll see her back in the Red Shores Winner's Circle next.
JM Sports Fan on her way to the 7th race winner's circle by pacing mare 5. A sports writer from the Camluck Dam, JM Last Tags. Owned by Angus Burt, Morris McCabe, Wayne McPherson, and Harold Shepard. Mare bred by Joe Muskoken from Muncie, Ontario. She's trained by Harold Shepard and driven to victory by Stephen Shepard. On top at every call tonight in 158 and 2. JM Sports Fan wires the 7th.
This race replay is brought to you by All-Star Cresting, specializing in embroidery, screen print, promotional products, and on-site cresting featuring the newest technology, and one of the largest embroidery and screen printing departments in Atlantic Canada. For all your clothing and merchandise needs, email sales@allstarcresting.ca. At All-Star Cresting, we got you covered.
Here's the official results from the 7th race. JM Sports Fan, the race winner. Top Phil Angelina, 4th. Philly 47 was 2nd. Woodmere Roll Lily 3rd. The Lady Sheriff was 6th. Elm Grove Mistress finished 5th, fractions of 28 and 3. 58 and 3. 128 and 2. And the mile 158 and 2. In review, it's 142 365. JM Sports Fan, $8 to win. The exactor was 81.20, triactor 104.30. And the super factor was 109.21. Now time to check your 50-50 draw tickets. Tonight valued at $250. The winning number will be S1380291. Tonight's 50-50 winning number for $250. S1380291. Good luck.
Red Shores Racing is proud to launch the new player portal. This page has everything you need as a player in one location. Race programs, top picks, additional chart lines, race replays, driver and trainer stats, winning post positions, and more. So you can check out the new player portal at Redshores.ca. Race 8 is beginning to make their way out onto the track. There's a look at our selections. I'm going to go with a 6-8-2 in here. Post time picks like 6-3-7, and classifier's choice is 6-3-1. And again, the horses are beginning to move in the paddock, and they'll be out on the track momentarily for the post parade.
Elm Grove Quest will lead the 8th race on Post Parade. Owned by Norma Legier of Shediac and Alan Jones of Riverview, New Brunswick, trained by Alan Jones, Dale Spence driving. J.J. Kinley, number 2, is owned by Darla J. of Charlottetown, trained and driven by Von Doyle. Acro Turi, number 3, owned by David Kent of North Rustico, Kenny Arsenault, the trainer driver. Mrs. Dragonfire, number 4, owned by Reg Ferguson and Wayne McDonald. Reg is the trainer. David Dowling drives. MD's Girl, number 5. The owners are Gordon, David, and Douglas Neal, and Keith Ford. Keith trains and drives. Miss Sangria, 6, owned by Alex McPhee of Clyde River. The trainer driver is Corey McPherson. Lions Jenny Lee wears number 7, owned by Chris Davies, Suzanne Davies, and Carol Wright. Chris Davies is the trainer. Kenny Murphy above the wheels. Number 8, Miss Cabana. Colin Shepard of Brackley Beach is the owner and the driver. Morgan Shepard trains. 3 minutes wagering time on race number 8. Time now for another round of 60 seconds or less. Tonight's guest, Amber Campbell.
Now time for 60 seconds or less with Peter McPhee.
So we're back with another round of 60 seconds or less. It's Amber Campbell in the guest seat today. Amber, let's get to it here. What is your favorite movie of all time?
Pete, that'd have to be Dirty Dancing.
You get a backstage pass to any concert. Who do you choose?
Luke Combs.
What song do you sing along to in the car?
The girls tell me it's Dirt on My Boots by John Party.
What would you rather do? Announce a race or co-host on the race day broadcast?
Co-host on the broadcast.
What about picking winners against the guys?
I'd give you a shot.
You get to star in any TV show. Which one do you choose?
The Golden Girls.
You get 2 tickets to any sporting event in the world. Where are you going?
I'm going to the Super Bowl to watch Tom Brady.
You get to invite 3 people over for dinner. Who's on the guest list?
I'd have to say Nancy Tactor is 1, Tom Brady is 2, and a good family friend, Louis McIsaac, would be 3.
Tom Brady's a theme.
Yes, it is.
You must sing one karaoke song. What's the song?
Guitar Town, Steve Earle.
Besides driving or training horses, what would your dream job be?
I've actually got 2, and they're quite different. A chef or a criminal investigator.
Who's the best horse you've ever driven or trained?
I'd have to go with either Panzo Silver or Adkins Hanover on the pace, and I'd have to go with Zip the Lip on the trot.
Thanks for watching 60 seconds or less.
That was great. Thanks to Amber Campbell for that 60 seconds or less. Thanks to everyone for participating in that feature. I really enjoyed it. And Peter McPhee, those questions. She's going to be a co-host up here. And I think she could probably pick more winners than me tonight for sure. Not having a real good night at the office, but hopefully we can turn things around here in this 8th race. We're all on board the 6 here. Miss Sangria in for the price again this week. Corey McPherson, the trainer, and driver Alex McPhee, the owner. Second last time out, 59 and 3. 5th by 11 2 weeks ago. So it was a real nice bounce back performance. She was storming home late in the mile last week. A little further to go, and she was a winner She was by them just past the wire. So a real good effort, bounce back effort from her last week. Miss Sangria, my top choice here tonight in this 8th race, currently 3-2. Okay, we're getting close here in race 8. And for a bit of a price, I put in the 8 Miss Cabana. I like this mare since coming to the island a few years ago. Miss Cabana, now owned by Colin Shepherd of Brackley Beach. And Colin is the driver and Morgan Shepherd the trainer. 7th last time out, 59-1 at the owners of 12:01. So dropping down one level to the owners of 1001, where she raced 2 weeks ago and was 3rd, 2 minutes flat, 29-3. Closing quarter, so I'm looking for an on-the-board finish again this week, but a tough outside post 8. He's going to have to work out a trip with this mare, but as you can see, she's quite comfortable at this level, as you can see on the card there. Closing quarters have been decent in the last couple, so I like her for 2nd on my ticket, 8-1 currently. Fillies and mares lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's 8th race. Now back upstairs for the call to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Elm Grove Quest, J.J. Kinley, Acroturi, Mrs. Dragonfire, MD's Girl, Miss Sangria, Lions, Jenny Lee, Miss Cabana's outside, top of the stretch. Here they come. Miss Cabana is going to be well back leaving. There they go, off and pacing. Mrs. Dragonfire, Elm Grove Quest. To their outside comes Miss Sangria. Into the turn, Acroturi dropped in 4th. To get away 5th. In between horses as they move round the turn is MD's Girl. Now racing from 6 as they straighten to the backstretch is J.J. Kinley, Lions Jenny Lee 7th. And trailing the field, Miss Cabana. Leading the field is Elm Grove Quest for Dale Spence. Arriving at the opening quarter mile with a 2-length lead. Mrs. Dragonfire got away 2nd. Now 3rd is Miss Sangria, Acroturi. 4th at the rail. MD's Girl is 5th. Then in 6th, J.J. Kinley, Lions Jenny Lee 7th. And trailing the field, Miss Cabana 29-3. The opening quarter, they come off the turn and they straighten down the stretch. They head the half mile in their sights now. Elm Grove Quest the leader. Mrs. Dragonfire is 2nd. Then in 3rd, along the rail is Miss Sangria. Acroturi between horses, Lions Jenny Lee 3 high. Then on the cones, it's MD Girl. Outside 7th is J.J. Kinley. And trailing Miss Cabana, 101 flat was the half mile. Around the turn, approaching 5-8, Elm Grove Quest the leader. Here's Lions Jenny Lee at her wheel now. 3rd on the rail is Mrs. Dragonfire. Miss Sangria tipping to the outside 4th. MD's Girl 5th. Acroturi on the outside 6th with J.J. Kinley. And the trailer, Miss Cabana. They arrive at 3/4 as a team. Elm Grove Quest to the rail. Lions Jenny Lee's got her head in front on the outside. 3/4 in 1. 31-4. They're down to an 1/8 of a mile to go. Elm Grove Quest has battled back. On the outside is Lions Jenny Lee. Joining them is Miss Sangria. Deep stretch now. Lions Jenny Lee is taken over. Miss Sangria not enough. Lions Jenny Lee with Kenny Murphy on the line. Second, Miss Sangria, Elm Grove Quest third. Time for the mile in 2:02 and 2.
Well, first start off the bench lines. Jenny Lee comes out swinging. Her and Murphy, wow, what a move there at the half. They got away second last. They're sitting seventh early in the mile there, 29 and 3 as Elm Grove Quest. And Spence cut it 101 to the half, 131 and 4 to the 3/4. Lines Jenny Lee, their 3 wide move at the half, and then grinding it out first up. They're going to clear down the lane here, and they're going to fend off that late challenge from Miss Sangria, who is a bridesmaid again this week, second last week, second again this week. Lines Jenny Lee and Kenny Murphy get it done at long odds, $26 on the board. Congrats if you back the 7. Lines Jenny Lee, she gets it done here in race 8 at Red Shores.
Lions Jenny Lee going to the 8th race winner. Circle Bay Pacing Mare, the 8-year-old daughter of Some Beach Somewhere, is off the Art Major Dam, Jamaica, Hanover. Owned by Chris Davies, Suzanne Davies, and Carol Wright. The mare bred by Hanover Shoe Farms. Trained by Chris Davies and driven to victory by Kenny Murphy. The mare gets her 25th lifetime victory tonight. The mile in 2:02 and 2. Lions Jenny Lee upsets the 8th. Now here's the official results from the 8th race. Elm Grove Quest 3rd. J.J. Kinley 5th. Acroturi 4th. Mrs. Dragonfire was 8th. MD's Girl finished 6th. Miss Sangria was 2nd. Lions Jenny Lee, the race winner. Miss Cabana was 7th. Fractions of 29 and 3, 101. 131 and 4, and the mile in 202 and 2. In review, it's 354 862 17. Lions Jenny Lee returned $26. Exactor 8140, Triactor 103.30, Superfecta 31.14.
The Atlantic Invitational Series Road to the Premier's Cup kicks off June 17th in Woodstock with the Walter Dale Memorial. Then it heads to right here at the CDP on June 24th for the Cecil Ladner Memorial. And then dates continue in Truro, July 2nd with the Johnny Conroy Memorial, July 14th in Summerside, the Bob Dewar Gold Cup Consolation, and finals next week, and Lindsay Cup in Truro on the 23rd of July. And then August 4th in Woodstock with the Kelty Burnett, and it continues all summer long. So tune in to the Atlantic Invitational Series Road to the Premier's Cup. And for more information on that, head over to Redshores.ca as we get a look at our selections here for race 9, 5 minutes away from post time. I'm going to go with 1, 2, 4 in here. Post time picks going 1, 4, 2. Classifier likes 4, 2, 1. Jesse, Jess, or Jessica. Post 7 2 weeks ago. Post 4 last week. Gets the inside edge this week. That's the angle I'm playing. I like it. Her to win it. 6-5 currently. Post Parade is next.
Open trotters on the 9th race post parade. One is Jesse, Jess, or Jessica, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Burt. Vernon Bridge, Jennifer does the training. Jill's Barrio drives. Sailor Blue number 2 is owned by Cindy McDonald, Amber McDonald, and Yossi Martinovich. Trained by Jeff Holmes, Kenny Murphy up. Dealin' Magic 3 is owned by Claire Murphy, Dean Good, Joel and Jeremy Watts. David Dowling, the trainer-driver. 4 is New Legacy, owned by Debbie Element, Matt and David Burke, and Don McNeil Jr., trained by Colin Johnson. Adam Murner drives. Oliver Ride number 5, owned and trained by Janice Hubbard of St. John, New Brunswick. Jason Hughes. Glider Man 6, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, trained by Jennifer Doyle, driven by Mark Campbell. Down to 3 minutes wagering time on the 9th race. Visit the Red Shores Fan Zone, located on the lower level of Red Shores, Charlottetown.
There's a look at the upcoming stake dates there. The Maritime Breeders Association introduced the Home Hardware Maritime Breeders Stakes for 2023. June 24th at the CDP, 3-year-old pacing fillies and colts. October 21st, CDP 2 and 3-year-old trotters. And October 22nd, SHORES Raceway for the 2-year-old pacing fillies and colts. Okay, third time's a charm, I think, for Jessie, Jess, or Jessica and myself. I picked her the last 2 weeks, and she's been knocking on the door, but I think this week she is going to break through. She moves into the rail here tonight, so she's got the inside advantage on the field here tonight. Sailor Blue was a nice winner last week. She had the inside edge on Jessie, Jess, or Jessica last week, and she raced well, finishing third by half a length, 58 and 129 and 2 in behind Sailor Blue and New Legacy. Jessie, Jess, or Jessica is owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Burt, Jen the trainer, and Gilles Barrio back in the seat this week, and I think they could get it done here tonight from the rail. As I mentioned, she's just been so good last year and this year so far, so I like her on top. 7-5 currently. Sailor Blue put together a real nice performance, as I mentioned, from post 3 last time out, right to the front for Kenny Murphy. Jeff Holmes has his mare really good. Cindy McDonald, Amber McDonald, and Yossi Martinovic are the owners. This mare last year had 5 wins, 5 seconds, and 1/3. That's 11 for 13 in the top 3. Banked over 14,000. Now has a win and a third from 2 starts so far in 2023. And that performance last week was a gutsy effort there on the front end, fending off the late challenge from New Legacy and Jessie, Jess, or Jessica. Sailor Blue, major threat in here, currently 5-2. Adam Murner got along really well with New Legacy last week, second by a nose. They had post 6 last week, got away 5th by 6.5 and rallied to be second, only beat a nose. As I mentioned, closed it out 29 flat. Debbie Element, Matt and David Burke, and Don McNeil are the owners of this 5-year-old gelding by Father Patrick, and they got to be pretty happy with this guy since arriving on the island. A winner in his debut, and then that second by a nose, charging hard at the wire. As I say, Murner got along really well with this guy. Colin Johnson has him on his toes right now, and so he again is going to be a major threat, currently the favorite at even money.
Ladies and gentlemen, in race number 10 tonight, we have a late scratch. Number 3, Atlantic Star, will not go. In tonight's 10th race, a late scratch of number 3, Atlantic Star, refund available.
Open Trotters lining up in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate for tonight's 9th race. For the call, let's go up to track announcer Vance Cameron.
From the rail out, Jesse, Jess, or Jessica. Sailor Blue, Dealin' Magic, New Legacy. Hall of a Ride, Glider Man. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Off stride on the outside. Glider Man's on the run. There they go. Off and trotting, and it's Jesse, Jess, or Jessica. On the rail, the leader. Into the turn, New Legacy is second. Third one around the turn. That's Sailor Blue. To get away fourth is Dealin' Magic. Then fifth is Hall of a Ride, and in the backfield, Glider Man the trailer. Up the backstretch they go, a little tussle in the early going. Here comes New Legacy in line to Adam Murner to clear the lead. Jesse, Jess, or Jessica now second, Sailor Blue in third. Racing from fourth, that is Dealin' Magic. Back into fifth, Hall of a Ride, and trailing the field is Glider Man. He's being pulled up. 29-3, the opening quarter mile. They're rounding the turn for the first time, and on the point, that is New Legacy, the fraction center. Jesse, Jess, or Jessica races second. Head of the turn in third, that is Sailor Blue. Fourth is Dealin' Magic, and now the trailer is Hall of a Ride as they're halfway home in the open trot, led by New Legacy and Murner. Second is Jesse, Jess, or Jessica. Sailor Blue into the turn third. Dealin' Magic is fourth. Hall of a Ride fifth. The half mile in 1:01 and 3. That's a breather of 32 seconds in the second panel. To the backstretch they go. And the three-quarter pole bound led by New Legacy. Jesse, Jess, or Jessica, the two-hole ride. Sailor Blue third. Dealin' Magic going to the outside fourth. Trailing the field, Hall of a Ride. The three-quarters went to New Legacy in 1:32 and 1, 30 and 3 in the third. 1/8 of a mile left to trot. New Legacy turning home. Jesse, Jess, or Jessica. She is second. Sailor Blue's third. Dealin' Magic fourth. Deep in the stretch. New Legacy almost there. Jesse, Jess, or Jessica. Sailor Blue up the inside. Wow! It's photo finish for the win position. Time for the mile, 2:01 and 2.
Wow, what a tight finish in the open trot here. Race 9 as we get a look at the Universum Media slow-mo. New Legacy. I thought it was game over here when Murner got to the front and was released by Jesse, Jess, or Jessica and Barrio, and then they got that breather there in the second quarter of 32 seconds down to the half, 1:01 and 3, 1:32 and 1, still no pressure. And Murner and New Legacy, they're going to try and close it out, but they're going to be swarmed on both sides. On the outside, Jesse, Jess, or Jessica, and sitting 3 and scooting up the pass lane was Sailor Blue. I thought maybe Kenny Murphy and Sailor Blue get their nose on the line first, but we're going to take a look at this slow-mo. It might be New Legacy hanging on. Wow, this is tight. I hope the boys with Universum can freeze it there. That is really close. That could be a dead heat here in race 9. We'll wait to see the results of the photo. What a finish here in the open trot, 9th race. And again, hold on to all tickets as we wait the results of that close photo.
Well, it's no wonder that Kurt Hughes is the only member of the Super High Five Club. He just said it could be a dead heat, and folks, it is a dead heat for win here in race number 9, the Open Trot. 2 Sailor Blue and 4 New Legacy land on the line together first in the dead heat. This always makes for a great winner's circle photo. 9th race, here comes New Legacy into the winner's circle. Trotting brown gelding, he's 5. A Father Patrick from the RC Royalty Dam Monarch sequel. Owned by Debbie Element, Matt and David Burke, and Don McNeil Jr. Trained by Colin Johnson. Adam Murder's second win for the double. Here's the 2 Sailor Blue. Trotting bay mare 8 by Ambro Barrister from the Yankee Glide Dam, Santa Hanover. Owned by Sidney McDonald, Amber McDonald, Yossi Martinovich, Meridian Farms of Calgary, Alberta, the breeder. Jeff Holmes trains. Kenny Murphy has a driving double on this night. It's New Legacy and Sailor Blue first in the dead heat in the Open Trot. 201 and 2. Here's the official results from the 9th race. Jesse Jessor Jessica was 3rd. Sailor Blue finished first in the dead heat. Dealin' Magic was 4th. New Legacy finished first in the dead heat. Hall of a Ride was 5th. Glider Man did not finish. Fractions of 29 and 3, 101 and 3, 132 and 1, and the mile in 201 and 2. In review, it's 3 one dead heat, 4 one dead heat, 5 did not finish. Sailor Blue, $3 to win. New Legacy paid $2.10. 4-2 Exactor, $4.90. The 2-4, $5.80. The 4-2-1 Triactor, $6.70. The 2-4-1, $13.60. The 4-2-1-3 Super at $1.33. And the 2-4-1-3 returning $3.39.
Red Shores, Charlottetown, and Summerside offers a complete menu of off-track betting locations. We have invested in new state-of-the-art betting terminals, and you can sign up for your own Fast Bet card program to get rewards every month, and now free programs daily for our simulcast customers. And you can also play the action from your mobile with HBIBet.com, and simulcast theaters are open daily, featuring all the action from the biggest tracks in North America.
Known as claimed the $250 from the 50-50 draw. The winning number once again was S1380291. S1380291. And you can pick up that 50-50 money at the photo souvenir booth.
And there is a look at that 9th race win photo, courtesy of the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission. There is the win dead heat in the open trot with the 4 New Legacy on the outside, Sailor Blue up the rail, and right on the line together. Wow, what a race that was in that 9th race. We got the feature coming up here in race 10, 4 minutes away. The post braid's coming up in just a moment.
The preferred mares for the 10th race featured around the track for the post parade. Number 1, I'll Tell Me Ma, is owned by Scott Dunn of Montague. Trained by Colin Johnson, Kenny Murphy driving. 2 is Ms. Moyes, owned by Olivia May, Quade Hatley, and Andrew Cameron of Charlottetown. Trained by Melissa Rennie, Adam Murner driving. 3, Atlantic Star, was a late scratch. Here's the 4, Plain Jane, owned by Lee and Faith Gavin of Tignish. Mark Campbell does the training. Corey McPherson will catch drive. 5, Ladylike, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge. Trained by Jennifer Doyle, David Dowling. Dream Fair's Zenfire, the 6, owned by Ryan and Everett McLeod of Surrey. Mark Campbell trains and drives. Inside 3 minutes wagering time on race number 10. And Kurt, once again, you and I are coming up with our selections in the Thursday night feature. And again, we thank Results Marketing and Advertising for their continued presentation of the Vance Cam. And in the 10th, going to go right back to the queen of the open mares. That's the 6, Dream Fair Zenfire. You nailed it right on the head last week, my friend, with Lady Light coming back on to win through the stretch drive, much as you said from a year ago. But now she's got that start under the belt, and I think it's going to do her a whole lot of good. Going to go right next door with Lady Light for second. Going to throw in the second Mark Campbell trainee. That's Plain Jane for third. And I'll use Miss Moyes if you play the super. I like 6-5. 4-2. Down to Kurt and your choices.
I'm right there with you. I like Dream Fair Zenfire. Second start off the bench. Campbell was very cautious with her last week. Got away 4th and then made that rally late in the mile. And she poked her head in front, but then she kind of showed that she was maybe a little short on the end of it there, finishing second as Ladylike dug back in and got the job done. So I like her on top. Dream Fair Zenfire to get it done. I'm going to go right next door to Ladylike off that great trip last week. She's been great since coming back off that qualifier. I like her for second, and I'm going to throw in I'll Tell Mima and Kenny Murphy for third. They kind of put together a not bad mile last week. I liked her last week, and she kind of flattened there in the final quarter, coming off cover for Kenny Murphy. So hopefully Colin Johnson can get her back on her game this week. She does have the rail, so that's going to help her. So I like her for third. I'm going to go 6-5-1. And now that we're scratched down to a field of 5, Plain Jane might be the play here as well. She has great gate speed for Corey McPherson. So a lot of options in here. I elected to go 6-5-1, but a lot of different ways you can play. You heard Vance and I's selections. Good luck with yours here in the 10th. Okay, Atlantic Star, a late scratch here for Mike McGuigan. So we're scratched down to a field of 5. As I was saying there, Dreamfair Zenfire making her second start back. Campbell has 2 entries in here. Plain Jane for Corey McPherson, and he is driving the 6 Dreamfair Zenfire. I could see Plain Jane now moving into the 3 spot, busting off the wings, getting to the front, and maybe letting her stablemate go. Maybe they'll sit 1-2 in here. I'll tell Mima should get a good trip from the rail. Ms. Moyes, again from post 2, last time out, second by a quarter length and 56-1 in the Philly Mare Preferred 3. So she's been racing great as well. Long odds right now at 16-1 on Ms. Moyes, but I could see it sitting 6-4, 1 or 2 in here as they're making their way to the quarter. But Ladylike off that trip last week and her first start of the season for Campbell. She's got 2 wins and a 4th, and so she's at 7-1 right now. So a lot of great options and a lot of different angles to play here in the 10th. Good luck with your selections. We're running out of time to get a ticket. We're about a minute away here as the mares begin to move up and behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Philly mares are on gate here for race 10, our feature race. Let's send it upstairs for the call to track announcer Vance Cameron.
I'll tell me ma, Ms. Moyes, Plain Jane, Ladylike, Dreamfair Zenfire, top of the stretch. They're approaching a start. Rough and pacing Plain Jane is firing out. I'll tell me ma on the rail. Third into the turn, Ms. Moyes. Coming up from the outside is Dreamfair Zenfire away fourth, and Ladylike will be the early trailer at the 8th pole. Plain Jane drives up to lead it for Corey McPherson. Second, I'll tell me ma. Now on the outside, Dreamfair Zenfire caught out and moving after her stablemate as they arrive at the quarter. Then at the rail fourth is Ms. Moyes trailing the field. Ladylike on by the quarter. Dreamfair Zenfire spent hard here to lead it, but she's clear for Campbell off a 28 3/4 mile. Now Plain Jane is second. Third on the turn is I'll Tell Me Ma. Then fourth is Ms. Moyes, and the trailer is Ladylike. In straight alignment, they approach the opening half mile. Now led by Dreamfair Zenfire. She's halfway home. Plain Jane races second. I'll Tell Me Ma continues third. Ms. Moyes fourth. Ladylike sees them all from fifth, and she's going to the outside off a 58 3 opening half mile. Down to 3/8 of a mile to go. Dreamfair Zenfire the leader on Plain Jane. Ladylike is marching on the outside to take over third. Following her now on the outside, fourth is Ms. Moyes, and the trailer I'll Tell Me Ma, the 3/4 next, as a team up front. Ladylike on the outside. Dreamfair Zenfire at the rail. bridle to bridle, toe to toe in here. 3/4 in 1, 29 and 3, eighth of a mile out. Dream Fair Zenfire battling back at the rail. Ladylike on the outside second. Third on the inside is Plain Jane. Deep in the stretch, Ladylike keeps coming. Here's Plain Jane up the inside. Plain Jane got there with Corey McPherson. Ladylike was second, and 3 across the track in the show photo. 1:59 and 1.
Okay, this race kind of set up exactly how I thought it would. I thought the Campbell trainees would sit 1-2 at the quarter with Plain Jane with that great gate speed that she has. Corey McPherson used it, got to the lead early, 28 and 3, released Dream Fair Zenfire. Dream Fair Zenfire seemed flat here tonight the entire mile. She had to work hard to get to the lead. They got down to the half, 58 and 3, and then got that third quarter breather of 31 down to the 3/4 and 129 and 3. Ladylike came calling on Dream Fair Zenfire, and Dream Fair Zenfire did not have an answer for Ladylike, as she's going to go right on by, and the pocket sitter Plain Jane scoots up the pass lane and gets it all. She goes by the field here late in the stretch for McPherson. Great drive by Corey to get it done here with Plain Jane. Time of the mile 1:59 and 1. Plain Jane captures the feature here at Red Shores.
Well, the lights are on and the horns are blowing up in Tignish tonight in Gavinville as Plain Jane has just captured the preferred mares featured on this Thursday night here in Charlottetown. She arrives at the winner's circle. Plain Jane, bay-pacing mare 5 by Shadow Play off the Pearl River Mat Dam. Ruthie Jane, owned by Lee and Faith Gavin of Tignish. Lee is the breeder of this mare. She's trained by Mark Campbell, and Corey McPherson got a catch-driving call to the winner's circle. The time of the mile in 1:59 and 1. Plain Jane in the Thursday night feature at Charlottetown. Now, the official results from the 10th race all tell me Ma third, Ms. Moyes fourth, Atlantic Star scratched. Plain Jane, the race winner. Ladylike was second. Dream Fair Zenfire finished fifth. Fractions of 28 and 3, 58 and 3, 129 and 3, and the mile in 1:59 and 1. In review, 3-4 scratched, 1-2-5. Plain Jane, 550 to win. Exactor 3660, Triactor 9250, and the Superfactor was 2570.
Follow Red Shores official social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you can get the most accurate, up-to-date information on racing, restaurants, casino, gaming floors, and any new announcements from our Red Shores official platforms. These two characters in the paddock there, the Red Shores paddock cam, Adam Murner, and I believe that's David Dowling. Wow, they're getting muddy. I couldn't see from the front, but that, of course, is David Dowling. And Adam Murner, what a character. We'll see how he does here in this 11th race. He's got the 8 in here, Mock Book Pro out of the Melissa Rennie stable. Blanice Young of Long Point, Nova Scotia, is now the owner. Claimed last week off the win in 59-3. We'll see how they do from post 8 in this final race. And it is super high 5 time, so I'll be back with my super high 5 ticket after the parade. We're about 6 minutes away here from the finale, race 11 here at Red Shores.
Tonight's 11th race on the track. One is Steal Me a Treasure, owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, trained by Jennifer Doyle and Jason Hughes drives. A Rolling Peg, number 2, is owned by Dale Orr of St. John and Robert Orr of Oak Bay, New Brunswick, trained by Rick Armstrong. Dale Spence drives. Sports Icon number 3, there's one claim entered. A claim entered on the 3 Sports Icon, owned by Brett, Joel, and Lisa Marie LeBlanc. Brett training and driving. Traces of Purple 4 is owned and trained by Robert Phillips of Blues Route 204, Jill's Burial. 5 is Skipper Cross, owned by Tara Harper, Ryan Wilkie, and Stanley Harper Jr. Stanley Harper Jr. trains, Mark Campbell driving. Tobin's Bounty, number 6, owned by Brittany Dowling, Sandra Weeks, and Errol Burgoyne of Springvale, trained and driven by David Dowling. Better Than Glamour, number 7, owned by Joanne and Marion Stewart of Albany, trained by Cliff Murphy. Kenny Murphy drives. Number 8 is Mockbook Pro, owned by Glennis Young of Long Point, Nova Scotia, trained by Melissa Rennie, driven by Adam Murner. 2 minutes wagering time on the 11th. Just 2 minutes to post time. Catch our next card of live racing Saturday here at Red Shores, Charlottetown. Post time 6 o'clock. And then it's Sunday at Red Shores, Summerside. Post time 1 o'clock, featuring the PEI Colt Stakes all the time. Kurt Hughes is next with the Super High Five ticket.
Okay, here's a quick look at my Super High Five here in the finale here at Red Shores. I'm going to go with the 6, Tobin's Brownie, and David Dowling. We just saw his muddy face on camera there in the paddock, so he's hoping to make this one count for sure, and hopefully he can get it done with this mare. Brittany Dowling, Sandra Weeks, and Errol Burgoyne are the owners. David, the trainer and driver, knocking on the door the last couple weeks. 4th, first start back. 3rd the next week from post 7, and then last week from post 5, rallied to be 2nd. In 56-4 and behind She's So Sweet. Closing quarter, 28-4. I also like the 3 Sports Icon. Clay Menard on Sports Icon in here. Brett LeBlanc and Joe LeBlanc and Lisa Marie LeBlanc are the owners. Brett, the trainer and driver. A real tough outing since coming to Charlottetown. The first 3 starts, parked the entire mile of the first start, and then last 2 weeks ago had post 6, rallied to be 5th, and then last week came first up. Again, another 5th place finish. But how about that closing quarter? 2 back, 27-3. So putting together some nice miles. Just unfortunate trips for Sports Icon and now Clay Menard. So I like her for 2nd. I like the 1 Steal Me a Treasure and Jason Hughes for 3rd. 1st, 2nd, 3rd in their last 3 starts, coming into that hot Jennifer Doyle stable, batting .403 this year. I do like the 7, Better Than Glamour, and Kenny Murphy for 4th, and I'm going to go with the 4, Traces of Purple at long odds for Barrio at 23-1. So I like a 6-3-1, 7-4. Good luck with your selections here in the 11th. Billy Mares lining up in behind that Metro Home Building Center starting gate for the finale. Let's send it upstairs one more time to track announcer Vance Cameron.
Steal Me a Treasure, Roland Peggs. Sports Icon with the claim entered. Traces of Purple, Skip Across, Tobin's Brownie. Better Than Glamour, Mock Book Pro. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Super High Five and finale time. The rough and pacing Sports Icon is leaving out. Traces of Purple alongside towards the rail. Steal Me a Treasure guarding the cones. Crossing over fourth, that was Tobin's Brownie. Then fifth on the inside as they race up the back stretch is Skip Across. Better Than Glamour on the outside is sixth. Away seventh, that's Roland Peg. And now the trailer is Mockbook Pro. So they arrive at the opening quarter mile. Sports Icon for Brett LeBlanc out in front by 2 lengths. Racing second is Steal Me a Treasure. Traces of Purple looks after third. Tobin's Brownie around the turn fourth. Racing from fifth. On the inside, Skip Across. Very comfortable quarter for this group. 31-1 opened it up. And down the stretch they come. Sports Icon leading it. Steal Me a Treasure second. Traces of Purple third. Tobin's Brownie makes the decision to go to the outside. The 1-9 Chalk is on the move fourth. Skip Across is fifth. Outside Better Than Glamour sixth. Roland Peg seventh. Mockbook Pony outside the trailer. Opening half mile in 1:02 and 1:31 seconds in the second split. They'll start to pick him up, and they'll start to put him down now. Sports Icon, the leader. Tobin's Brownie now at the rail second. Steal Me a Treasure third. Traces of Purple on the outside fourth. Then fifth is Skip Across. Better Than Glamour sixth. Mockbook Pro, and then the trailer Roland Peg. 3/4 and 1. 31-1. They found the gas pedal there. 29 seconds flat in the third, and they're turning home. Sports Icon looking to upset them here. Tobin's Brownie along the rail second. Traces of Purple third. Deep stretch now on the wire. Sports Icon will win for Brett LeBlanc. Second, that is Tobin's Brownie. Traces of Purple third. The mile in 2:01 and 1.
Okay, great drive here by Brett LeBlanc. Nice to see them get the win here. A few rough trips here since arriving to the island, but tonight they made no mistakes. Unfortunately, claim entered on the 3 here, Sports Icon, so she will be moving into a new stable, but what a way to go out, a champ here for the LeBlanc stable. Right down the road here, 31-1, half 1:02-1. 1:31-1. He stepped on the gas pedal with this mare up the backstretch, and then down the stretch they're going to fend off that late challenge up the inside from Tobin's Brownie, and they're going to get it done here. Nice trip, 30 seconds flat, closing quarter. Sports Icon and Brett LeBlanc win the finale here at Red Shores. Nice trip, 2:01-1 on the off track, and we'll see them back in the Red Shores winner's circle next.
Here comes Sports Icon to the 11th race winner's circle. Bay-facing mare 8 by Sports Rider. Off the Camluck Dam, Twinbee Tory. Owned by Brett Joel and Lisa Marie LeBlanc. Mare bred by Thomas and Elizabeth Rankin of Ontario. Brett LeBlanc trains and rides. Header on top at every call tonight in 201 and a 1/5. Sports Icon in the nightcap. Here's the official results now in race 11. Steal Me a Treasure 6. Roland Peg was 8th. Sports Icon was the race winner and claimed by Patrick Shepard of Waterdown, Ontario for $9,600. Traces of Purple was 3rd. Skip Across 4th. Tobin's Brownie was 2nd. Better Than Glamour finished 5th. Mockbook Pro was 7th. Fractions 31 and 1, 102 and 1, 131 and 1, and the mile 201 and 1. In review, 681, 342, 57. Sports Icon claimed by Patrick Shepard of Waterdown, Ontario for $9,600. She paid $23.60 to win. Exactor $36.10, Triactor $450.20. Super High 5 was out there and returning $246.91. And the late daily double paid $242.90. And that completes our live presentation on this night here at the driving park. Tonight's Par Mutual handle, $46,853. Ladies and gentlemen, from up top of the Charlottetown Driving Park, thanking you for joining us. This is Vance Cameron, bidding you a safe journey home.